Hello everyone. So how are you all? Hope you all are fine. So let's move to your next topic, next part uh, about refraction through prism. So next topic is refraction through prism. Till now we have discussed about lenses, about thin lens formula, lens maker formula, refraction through spherical surfaces. Now the next topic is refraction through prism. So what is prism actually? A prism is a wedge shaped portion of a transparent refracting medium bounded by two plane faces inclined to each other at a certain angle. Means it is a wedge shaped portion of a transparent refracting medium bounded by two planes like this. Suppose we have two planes like this. इस तरीके के टू प्लेन्स होंगे और ये इस तरीके का आपका वेज शेप्ड प्रिज्म होगा. मीन्स द पॉइंट इज दैट इफ वी हैव टू सर्फेसेस, suppose this is first surface and this is second surface. If that two surfaces, these two are plane surfaces and they are inclined at an angle, particular angle. They are inclined at a particular angle. Okay, so this kind of you can say shape is called as prism. Okay, and in glass lab में क्या होता है? Glass lab will be somewhat like this. Here also there are two plane surfaces, but these plane surfaces are parallel to each other. Here the plane surfaces are parallel to each other, but if we'll see in this particular diagram, here plane surfaces are inclined at a particular angle. Okay, so this is basically a prism and this is basically a glass slab. Okay, if the ray is incidenting like this and it is after refraction, it will go like this. So if the incident ray and emergent ray, incident ray is striking the surface and emergent ray यहाँ से जो surface से जो निकल रही है, दोनों surfaces आपके parallel हैं. Okay, तो ये आपका एक glass slab होगा. Okay, if we consider the edge of this prism, so not prism, this glass slab. See, अगर मैं रे को यहाँ से इस तरीके से एंटर करा दूँ तो बेटा ये हल्का सा पार्ट जो है ग्लास स्लैब का, ये एक प्रिज्म की तरह एक्ट कर सकता है. ओके, तो बेसिक डिफरेंस जो हमारा ग्लास स्लैब और प्रिज्म में क्या होता है, दैट इज दैट इन केस ऑफ ग्लास स्लैब these you can say plane faces are parallel in case of glass slab, and in case of a prism they are inclined at a particular angle. Okay, so let us take an example. Suppose this is a prism and this is an incident ray, this is a normal, bend towards the normal, then again away from the normal. Okay, these two faces at which incident ray is going and emergent is coming out, इन दोनों faces के बीच में जो angle होता है A, this is called as angle of prism. This is called as what? Angle of prism. Okay, जो दो surfaces हमारे पास हैं, those two surfaces which we have, उन दो surfaces के बीच में जो angle होगा, that will be our angle of prism. So this is basically a simple definition. Now what we have to discuss? We have to discuss about refraction through prism and we have to draw a ray diagram, as well as we have to derive a relation for refractive index of a particular prism, that how we will do that. Okay, let's start. Suppose we have a prism like this and this, and here is incident ray which is coming like this and strike at this particular point. If I'll draw a normal at this particular point, this will be like this, that will be like this. Okay, and this is angle of incidence. Suppose this is having refractive index 1 and this prism is having a refractive index of neta. After refraction, this is rarer medium and this is denser medium. So we know that if the ray will move, if the ray will go from rarer medium to denser medium, then what will happen? It will bend towards the normal. So if it will bend towards the normal, it will be somewhat like this. It will bend towards the normal like this, suppose. Okay, and this angle is suppose R1. After that, from this particular point, if we'll again draw a normal like this at this particular point, now this ray is moving from denser medium to rarer medium, so it will bend away from the normal. So it will go like this, but it will bend away like this. So this is our angle of emergent and this is angular R2. Okay, now here this angle is our angle of prism A. Just what we have to do, we have to extend this. We are extending this like this and this ray at the back. If this prism is not there, in that particular case, this ray will go straight like this. What this prism has did, ये रे को बिल्कुल straight जाना था बेटा. Just because of this prism, this ray is bending like this. So इस रे को जाना ऐसे था, it will go like, it is going like this. So this is basically angle of deviation. Okay, so what is, where is angle of deviation? I am marking. See here, this angle is angle of deviation. Okay, so this is angle of incidence R1, R2, emergent angle, and this is angle of deviation. This is angle of prism. A is what? A is angle of prism. Okay. Afterwards, let us calculate some of the angles now. See, if this angle is I, this angle is I, this is R1. Can you guess this angle which I have made? Yes, this angle will be, see, this is a straight line, this is a straight line. So this total angle will be I. Again, this is a straight line and this is a straight line. So this total angle will be I. If this total angle will be I, this is R1, this will I minus R1. Again, let's calculate this angle. This is a straight line, this is a straight line, this is a straight line, this is a straight line. So this angle will be E minus R2. Okay, hope you got this. Let's mark the points now. Suppose D, E, F, G, H, I, J. These are the points. We need these points. That's why we have marked. Now, see triangle G, I, J. G, I, J. This triangle. If you will observe that this delta will be exterior angle. Delta is exterior angle, and we know that the sum of exterior angle is equal to the opposite interior angles. So if you will observe, you will see that delta can be written as, in triangle GIJ, delta can be written as delta is equal to I minus R1 plus E minus R2. So delta will be I plus E minus R1 plus R2. Simple. Let us suppose this is equation number 1. Okay, this is equal to this plus this, exterior angle. After that, let us mark this angle as X. Let us suppose this is as X angle. Now see quadrilateral. DG, DGHJ. If you will observe this quadrilateral DGHJ, you will observe that these two angles, this one is 90 and this one is also 90. Again I am repeating, this one is 90. Why this one is 90? Because this is a normal. So this will 90, this will also 90. So what we can write? We can write that a plus x will be equal to 180 degrees. Why 180 degrees? Because this plus this, these two is having a sum equals to 180 degree, and these two will then, that these two angles, the sum of these two angles will equal to 180 degree. बेटा ये एंगल 90 है, ये भी 90 है, क्लियर? टोटल इज 360. तो a plus x, can I write it like a plus x equals to 180 degree? Yes, of course we can write a plus x is equals to 180 degree. So we can write the value of x from here. X is equals to 180 minus a. Suppose this is equation number 2. Now why we are doing this? We are supposed to find out the value of refractive index, and we all know about Snell's law. We know what is Snell's law actually. So when we will apply Snell's law here, what we will do when we will apply Snell's law here, we need the value of I and R. Okay, so what we are doing, we are finding a relations actually. So delta equals to I plus E minus R1 plus R2, and x is equals to 180 minus A. Now next let's see triangle GJH, this one GJH. What you can say, R1 plus R2 plus x is equals to 180 degrees. R1 plus R2 plus x is equals to 180 degrees. What is the value? What is the value of x? X is 180 minus A. So 180 get cancelled out. So I will get R1 plus R2 equals to A. That's it. This is equation number 3. So R1 plus R2 can be written as A. So if we will rewrite the equation number 1, just rewrite the equation number 1. R1 plus R2 is A, so we can write that delta is equal to I plus E minus A. So let us mark this as equation number 4. Now what is observed? It is observed that when you can see from equation number 4 that delta plus A is equal to I plus E, means the sum of angle of deviation and angle of prism is equal to the sum of angle of incidence and angle of emergent. So you can conclude it from equation number 4. Equation number 4 में clearly visible है beta that if we'll see here it is minus A. If this minus A will go towards left side, this will becomes delta plus A, and this will becomes I plus E. So you can see that this is very important relation. You can say that deviation angle plus angle of prism is equal to angle of incidence plus angle of emergent. Okay. Now what happens actually when we plot a graph? What we observe that delta, which is our angle of deviation, जो angle of deviation है हमारे पास, that is depending upon angle of incidence, that is depending upon I. And what is that particular dependency is? That particular dependency is that when we will plot a graph between angle of incidence and angle of deviation, then what we observe that initially if angle of incidence is increasing, then delta keeps on decreasing. After that delta attain its minimum value, and then finally again if we are increasing I, now delta starts increasing. Means the graph will somewhat like this. Means initially if we are increasing the angle of incidence, then delta is decreasing. After reaching a minimum value, of delta, Now again we are increasing the angle of incidence, but in this particular case what is happening to delta? Delta is increasing. Okay, at this particular point the angle of deviation is called angle of minimum deviation, represented by delta minimum. किससे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं हम इसको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं बेटा डेल्टा मिनिमम से. नाउ एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट व्हाट वी ऑब्जर्व दैट एट डेल्टा इक्वल्स टू डेल्टा मिनिमम द एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस बिकम्स इक्वल टू एंगल ऑफ इमर्जेंट. जब डेल्टा हमारा डेल्टा मिनिमम होता है तो जो हमारी एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस है, एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस बिकम्स इक्वल टू एंगल ऑफ इमर्जेंट. And the ray which is coming incidented, suppose this is a incident ray, ये ray आपकी parallel हो जाती है बेटा, parallel to the base, the refracted ray, this one. तो वहाँ से भी एक conclusion निकलता है डेल्टा डेल्टा मिनिमम पे. एक तो आपका बेटा एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस इज इक्वल टू एंगल ऑफ इमर्जेंट, एंड द सेकेंड वन इज R1 angle becomes equal to R2. This angle becomes equal to R2. So what you have to remember that if the angle of deviation, angle of deviation कैसे behave करता है, angle of incidence जब हम angle of incidence और deviation को plot कर रहे हैं, initially if we are increasing I, delta decreasing, it attained its minimum value, after that it starts increasing again. And you have to remember that at delta equals to delta minimum, our angle of incidence becomes equal to angle of emergent, and R1 angle becomes equal to R2. So I am writing it over here like that at delta equals to delta minimum, I becomes equal to E and R1 becomes equal to R2. Now again rewrite equation number 4. Equation number 4, if we will write, if we will see, if I will put delta minimum in place of delta, if I will put delta minimum in place of delta, then I can put I in place of E, because I is equal to E minus A. So we can say that delta minimum is equal to 2I minus A. So if we will find out the value of I, we will get delta minimum plus A by 2. So this is the value of I. Again see equation number 3. If we will see equation number 3, you can say R1 and R2 are same. When R1 and R2 are equal, when delta is equals to delta minimum. If R1 is equal to R2, then we can write 2R equals to A, then R equals to A by 2. This is angle of refraction. Now what do you have to use? You have to use Snell's law. Using Snell's law, we will get 1 into sin R, I, is equal to neta into sin R. So neta will be sin I upon sin R. Now put the values of I and R. We will get sin I. I is what? Delta minimum plus A by 2, and R is sin A by 2. So we can say neta equals to sin delta minimum plus A by 2 upon sin A by 2. So this is the way how we will find out the value of neta. Okay, you can pause the screen and note it down. Now let us discuss some more points. That angle of deviation for small angle prism. For small angled prism, let us consider this small angled prism like this. Okay, so this is our incident ray, this is normal, this will be refracted ray, and this will be emergent ray. Okay, and this is the point, this is the normal, and this is, suppose this is normal. This is angle of incidence, this is emergent angle, this one is R1, and this angle is, I am writing it here, R2. This is angle of prism. This is small angled prism. Okay. Now this is having refractive index 1. Outside surface we consider it air, and this is having a refractive index of neta. Neta is the refractive index of a prism. It is given. Okay. And this is angle of incidence, R1, R2, angle of emergent. Now let's use that previous one relation, that delta is equals to I plus E minus A. So if you will see here, we are supposed to find out the value of delta. We are calculating the angle of deviation for small angle prism, So first of all, apply Snell's law at first surface. At first surface, if I am applying Snell's law, what I am doing, I am applying Snell's law. So this will be 1 into sine I is equals to neta into sine R1. And we all know, for small angles, if angle of prism A is small, then all angles should be considered as small, or we can say that for smaller angles sine theta is similarly equal to theta, similarly equal to tan theta. For small angles we know this approximation. So what we can write? We can write that I is equals to neta into R1. Okay. So let's apply Snell's law on the second surface now. So when we will apply Snell's law on second surface, we will get neta into sine R2 is equal to 1 into sine E. This we will get. Outside surface is what? Air. So refractive index is 1. So again we'll apply small angle approximation. We'll get neta R2 is equal to sine, no, not sine, neta R2 equals to E. So this one is the value of I, this one is value for E. First equation, second equation. Put first and second in equation star. What we will get? We will get delta is equal to I is neta R1 plus E is neta R2 minus A. Okay. So we can write delta is equal to, neta can be taken as common. So this one be R1 plus R2 minus A. So as we have done that, R1 plus R2 is equal to what? A. In the previous expression we have done this. So if we will put the value of this R1 plus R2 equals to A, we will get delta equals to neta A minus A. So delta will be, A is common, neta minus 1 into A. So for small angle prism, the angle of deviation can be calculated like delta equals to neta minus 1 bracket A.